proudly honoring the legacy of those who served during D-Day, this is D-Day, the greatest victory. Sponsored locally by Hale Repair Pro.
Operation Overlord, or famously known as D-Day, that happened on June 6th of 1944, now coming up on its 80th anniversary on what many historians know it as the greatest amphibious landing in history. That involved 7,000 ships and 10,000 planes. And the Silent Wings Museum curator tells us that Lubbock was a big part of that day in a big way. Our Eddie Catano tells us more.
You're about to embark on a great endeavor. You are the spearhead of this invasion. Now go to your aircraft and get it done.
Quoting Dwight D. Eisenhower's speech to Allied troops before the invasion of Normandy, Sharon McCullough of the Silent Wings Museum says most people don't know what was then called the South Plains Army Airfield played a huge role in making it a success.
Now McCullough tells me that this behind me is just one of 6 in the world of a CG-4 glider that was used on that day, June 6, 1944, which is now considered D-Day. And going on 80 years, she tells me that this used to be a training ground for many pilots that once were involved with that day.
The job of the gliders is to land in those landing zones exactly where they're needed to be and deliver their cargo safely so that those pockets of Allied territory can start to form and expand as the invasion progresses on the 6th and the 7th of June.
McCullough says almost 6,000 glider pilots earned their G-Wings here in Lubbock, and hundreds of them were used on Operation Overlord.
So about 600 glider pilots allocated just to the Normandy invasion on those 2 days. Bringing men, equipment, medical teams, anything that was needed in that combat zone.
This weekend, the Silent Wings Museum is commemorating the 80th anniversary of D-Day, and McCullough hopes the community will come out to honor those glider pilots who served that day.
Because we don't want them to be forgotten, and by extension, understand the service and sacrifice of the entire World War II generation.
Eddie Catano, KLBK News.
Eddie, thanks so much. This week, we'll have an hour-long special looking back on the sacrifices made on D-Day. And that is tomorrow, Wednesday night at 6 p.m. right here on KLBK.